What's up, everyone? Back with another deck for you today. Today's deck is an Overwhelming Hunger deck. Went through a lot of trial and error with this deck in the beginning. A lot of ups and downs, coming to a point where I've kind of optimized it. This is the best version of it, and I'm telling you, this deck plays extremely well. I'd compare it to something like an Arachas Swarm deck. We've got a lot of swarming potential in this deck with the amount of rats we can put down on the board. And yeah, it's very good across different situations. It's very good to play this deck by first winning the first round, bleeding the second, and then going into a short round 3. We just got a lot of different big point combinations, but I'm going to go take you through this deck now card by card and explain how we're going to play it. But ultimately, it's a double Plague Maiden deck, and a key factor here is Caranthir and Plague Maiden together. That's an optimal play that we have in this deck. But yeah, to begin with, we've got Overwhelming Hunger, Magic Lamp. So we've got Haunt in this deck too. Real nice card. Plays a very big amount of points. We want to save this for the final round, obviously. Make sure you take 2 Death Wish units with you into the final round. We've got a number of Death Wish units throughout this deck, so it shouldn't really be too hard to access. Got a Nero, Plague Maiden here. Great card. So we're looking to use Caranthir onto Plague Maiden. And with the Overwhelming Hunger, we've got 2 charges, right? So 1 charge is going to be used when we drop Caranthir onto Maiden, and then the other charge is going to be used just directly onto Plague Maiden. So with the Plague Maiden, guys, we don't want to play Caranthir onto Maiden and then play Maiden on the other row in the 1 turn, right? Because our board's going to get completely full and swarmed. We're not going to be able to play anything. So I find it's really nice to bleed in the second round with Caranthir onto Plague Maiden. And we can just have 1 row full of rats. And then we have our chimeras in the deck and our other cards such as Spontaneous Evolution. This card here is very nice for a bleed too. And we can kind of synergize them together in a bleed situation. So remember, don't play Plague Maiden, both of them together in the 1 round. Play 1 in the bleed, and then take the other true unit into the final round. And just clear 1 row for it. Keep that in mind. 1 row always has to be for Plague Maiden because we're going to have a lot of rats. You can have up to 9 cards on a row. Basically, having Plague Maiden down, there's going to be 7 rats in that row. Just keep that in mind. Heat Wave, very nice to have in here. Yghern, this is to synergize with Osril. So we want to play Yghern in the first round at the very beginning. Get its armor up there. We have Wildhunt Riders in this deck. We can play those soon after. So we have a bit of dominance play too. And in the end, just make sure we're taking Aussie in. It's very nice play to have. Caranthir, as I said, it's probably my favorite card. Like, my avatar is this card. Favorite cards on my profile has been this card for a while. It's a real neat card. So as I said, we're just going to target Plague Maiden with this. And you want to make sure we have Plague Maiden in hand in order to use Caranthir onto it. Obviously, Caranthir is not going to work if Plague Maiden's in hand because it spawns a 1-power copy of a monster unit from our hand. So we must make sure Plague Maiden is in our hand to do this. If you're going to go into a long round 3, I suggest probably dropping Caranthir because I don't know if there's a point to it. Our board's going to get too swarmed considering we have scenarios. We're going to have Nightwraiths playing. We don't want to risk not having room for our units. So probably consider dropping Caranthir and just keeping the Plague Maiden. Osril here, as I said, we're going to play it on the range throw at the end of a match. And our target's going to be Yghern. Yghern being this card here. We got Golyat in here. It's a Death Wish unit. Synergizes with the scenario. I've just got this in here for a bit of a point slam, to be honest. It's just nice. It's decent value, 8 for 10. Pretty good. Morvudd plays extremely well, guys, with the amount of rats we're going to have in this deck. So we got rats from Scenario. We got rats from Plague Maiden. We got rats from the Nightwraith. The way we want to use this card really is in a more of a bleed situation. So if we're going into a second round and our opponent's bleeding us or we're bleeding them, we're going to use Caranthir onto Plague Maiden, get all our rats out. We can even play a Nightwraith if we have that in hand. You can imagine with all those rats, we can just drop this down for some huge value. And the Wererat here will work very good as well with Morvudd because we can just consume a unit, spawn more rats, pretty much rats galore, you know? Yeah, so even like I was just saying, with the Wererat, either we can easily use this just for a bit of a consume engine, onto the Foglets, onto the Nightwraiths, sorry, in the beginning of the round or the second, beginning of the first round or the second round. And yeah, just keep in mind, this can set up our Chimera, our Morvudd pretty nicely as well. Spontaneous evolution. It made sense to have this in here because we have rats. Rats are beasts. Easy 5 for 8 play. 5 provision cost for an 8-point play, being that we boost a unit by 8 if it's a beast. So the rats are the target with this. Chimeras, they're pretty flexible within this deck. Obviously, we're using these in combination. The target is rats. So we're using these pretty much to target the combination with Caranthir, Plague Maiden. That's when we're going to drop Chimeras down. Make sure you do it within Adrenaline, obviously. So that's how we're using Chimeras here. And yeah, they're pretty good to use in this deck because even with Scenario, we can get a few rats off of the Scenario, stack them together on a row, and even if we take this card into a final round with Scenario, it's still going to be okay. It's going to be decent. As I said, we've got the Wildhunt Riders, Noonwraith just for an extra Death Wish Scenario trigger. Foglets here. Foglets are nice to use in the first round. We're going to use Foglets and Wildhunt Riders, get them out of the way in the first because we're going to have a lot of board swarming going on. Definitely don't want to take those cards into the final round. Second at best after the first round. Bridge Troll's nice just for triggering the Scenario. Once again, 2 Endrega Warriors, a Squirrel, and some Nightwraiths. All in all, guys, that's the deck guide. The matches I've been having with this deck, extremely fun. You're going to find a lot of the time our opponents won't know what we're playing, right? This is my deck that I've put together, so no one knows this deck. I'm showing you guys this. So this is the first you're going to see it other than the people who verse me. But I can guarantee it's going to catch people off guard just with that huge combination. Caranthir onto Plague Maiden. That's really going to catch people off guard. I can't tell you how many times someone's tried to bleed me when I've had this deck, and I've just dropped that combination, and I just end up going a card advantage into a long third round. So this deck is very nice to play, very easy going. Doesn't require too much thinking. I guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun playing this. So I hope you're going to enjoy the following matches. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below about this deck. If you like how I've constructed it. So I've really spread the provisions across a lot. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Thanks heaps for your support as always. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. My goal is to get to 300 subs by the end of this year. If more, why not? It's just a goal that I've set myself. Pretty much always looking to take this channel up as big as possible and bring you guys the latest content on stuff. So yeah, if you've been watching my videos for a while, just consider just clicking the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks so much once more, and I hope you enjoy the following matches.
The key is not to lose one's head.
Okay, so what we got here, Royal Inspiration. We don't really see that one played too often, so we've got to respect our opponent for playing that. Always good to see something different. Nice, we got our Yghern. That is what we want. Okay, so we got the Endrega Warrior combo between Foglet and this, if you want to play it like that. We can flick this. Little squirrel. Oh yeah, Black Railer booster or no veil. Yeah, that would have been a nice heatwave target. Let's go like this. If he's gonna threaten to take that out, we can just consume it.
Again and again and again.
So, I mean, if I place Foglet here and consume it, it's going to make it a huge target. Do I want to do that? Alright, we'll just play on. We'll take our dominance while we have it. He may kill that now, we'll see. I'm just worried because if I consume it as well, it's going to be a huge target and he can just reset that. Probably going to hit it with the boiling oil now. Okay, it doesn't.
I so dislike being disturbed.
Okay. So they're just trying to chop this down with this. I say we go like this then. Okay, so it's got 3 armor, it's doing 2 damage. Kills it with that, okay.
The throne will be mine.
Yeah, it's okay, let's go like this. Yeah, probably pass soon here. I say we pass now, guys. It's got a few engine pieces growing there. So we can let him have that. Interested to see if they're going to try to bleed us in the second. This deck is excellent at catching people off guard if they try to bleed us, because we can generate a crazy amount of points with Plague Maiden and Caranthir together, and a leader charge, which I can hope to show you if they want to do that to us.
Alert! To arms! Aye, aye, sir.
We can just play this. They may just look to pass here, we'll have to see. Oh, okay, they're deciding to play on.
Army's a waste of time for one.
I believe they'll regret that. We can just we can get the Plague Maiden out. Unfortunately, it's going to screw up our Caranthir combination if I do that, but
Elves must die!
okay, yeah, I see what they're doing. Nice.
Finally.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I say we can drop Plague Maiden now, and then we'll have to forget about Caranthir combination, because we want to really punish them here. We don't want to let them get too far ahead. That's just lovely, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to get control here. This can play for 8. We got 2 chimeras. I don't think they're really going to get too far ahead, especially having this here as well. Okay, they get Caranthir out of us for that? Yep. Well, we got Caranthir in a different way. Yeah. Nice, Chimera's activated.
Bloody non-humans.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay. Let's start doing the Chimera action. Hopefully we can save Osrul. That would be real nice if we can get card advantage. Okay, so they're not going to get benefit off of that anymore, which is beautiful for us. They're pretty much clogged up back there. Let's go ahead and play the next one. I think they're going to regret bleeding us here, guys. We'll go 1 Death Wish unit for our scenario next. May want to keep that. We're going to get a Nero back, which ensures us scenario. Okay, they're really trying to get out of this here. I believe we just play this now. I think it should do it. They'll probably pass here. Okay, that's wonderful. Let's take that. Card advantage again. You see this deck, guys? It really catches our opponents off guard. If we can get 1 more Death Wish unit, I think it's going to be very bad for them. There we go. So, should I try to flick around a bit? Don't want to risk it, eh? I mean, I got some good units in there, but I don't want to risk picking up something crappy too. Okay, maybe I'll try. Okay, that's better actually. Yep. That's better than the Nightwraiths. We'll play for more anyway. Okay. So we're gonna go for scenario. Yeah, we can play it here. Let's see what they've got. We can heat wave something big that comes out. That's probably a good heat wave target, isn't it? 2 lots of damage. Basically consider that an 8-point unit at this time. It's going to keep growing over the next few turns. I think that's the way to go. Boiling oil.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
Okay, well that's pretty weak if that's the best they got, to be honest. They've only got 2 cards left. We've got a crap load of points coming up.
Silence.
See, it's so accessible, the swarms we got going on in this deck. I mean, even Chimera here would play okay. It's a very, very nice deck the way it's put together. Okay, that's pretty good from them. Let us drop... Let's drop it here. Lovely. We're just gonna leave it like that. Beautiful, guys. Check it out. Man, I'm loving this one, honestly. So once again, they cannot contend if they wish to bleed us out. It always goes very badly for them. Really catch them off guard with this one. Hope you enjoyed that matchup, guys.
Ested Esakrisa.
Right, so up against Arachas Swarm here. We're going to go up against them with our Rat Swarm, so let's see who wins this one. Insects versus rats. Okay, so already seeing that unfortunately our hand isn't the best here. So we'll just do our best to work along with this. Missing Yghern, that would have been nice to play. Nice to open up with, set up Aussie later on. So it'll be interesting to see how this matchup works. We know they use Yennefer to boost all their units on their side of the board. Can keep that in mind and try to swarm our side too when we see that happening. Let's go like this. We'll drop Endrega Warrior next between these two. Probably look to pass very soon. Because unfortunately our hand isn't very optimal. Let's get a bit of a point swing here now. Nice, nice. That's what we want to see. Okay, so at this point, yeah, we know they got Bone Talisman. We know they can generate more points than us because of the quality of our hands. So I'd like to pass here and just be conservative about how we're playing. Let's not overcommit. Be wise with our hand. Save our good cards where we can. And probably catch them off guard in the second round if they want to bleed us, because we can generate a lot of points in a short round with the Plague Maiden here and Caranthir combination. Okay, good. So we've got Plague Maiden in hand, which is nice. We need that in hand, obviously, if we want to put Caranthir onto it. Yeah, I guess we can play on like this, can't we? Okay. Let's see what they want to do from here. Let's get these out of the way while we can. Thin our deck out a bit. We really don't want to have these duplicates when we're playing our scenario because our board can get kind of overswarmed. Okay, so they're deciding to play on drop Yghern now then. That's good, sets up our Aussie. We want to save one whole row for the Plague Maiden combo, and we don't want to play both in the one round because pretty much you can't play any other units. Okay, so as I was saying, we know they got Yennefer, right? We know they're going to try to boost all their units, so let's try to stop them from that benefit. And I'd say it's probably best to commit Caranthir now onto Maiden. Let's surprise them with this, guys. Boom. Thank you. Let's punish that bleed right now. Bet you they weren't expecting that. Rat Swarm versus Arachas Swarm. Who wins, guys? You tell me. That completely stuffed up their plan. I bet you they're trying to play Yghern then. Even if we go into the next round they want to use Yghern, once again, we're going to have Plague Maiden. So, it's not going to work out the best for them. Let's see, how do we want to go from here? Chimeras, Adrenaline 4. Yeah. Maybe you drop this now. Lovely, guys. Let's take that card advantage. Go straight into the next. So this is looking really good for us. We got very strong short round potential with the cards we got here. Let's look for Morvudd. Chimeras can play good as well. What do you want from here? Want this and Chimera, I'd say. Yeah, we want to be careful not to swarm our board too much, so I'm not going to take this now. Oh, lovely. And we can flick this. Okay, cool. Very nice, guys. So let's go ahead and we'll save melee row for Plague Maiden because we want to keep the ranged row open for Aussie. So let's go like this. I say we drop Plague Maiden next here once again just to avoid them. Okay, so they've taken that out. Just to avoid them from getting benefit off of their Yennefer play. So what we can do is just hit a leader charge on this now. Either that or we can use this. trying to think what's better, leader onto that or this. This will be a big chunky unit for reset, so we should probably just do this. Okay, so got a lot of good targets for Chimera here. Our card here as well. Good thing about Chimera, it's a beast as well, so it's going to get boosted. Ah, so they counted us. Okay, smart. Well, look, either way, that takes away from their play, either way. Because that's something they heavily rely upon. So let's not worry about that too much. Kind of bricks this card here though, I'll be honest. Okay, we can still get some benefit off of this if we do what do we need to do? So Endrega. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and play like this. Do this. That turns this into a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 powered play. 11 with Chimera. We can save Chimera for Bridge Troll. He's going to use Talisman. Okay, so he's going a bit hard here now. Okay. Okay, so let's get an extra point out of Chimera when we drop this. So let's do Bridge Troll now. Next could be Chimera or Nightwraiths. Okay, that's a big point swing for them. Let's just go Nightwraiths.
How beautiful these golden.
Playing around the Yghern here, I'm keeping that in mind. Ah, I was wondering if they'd have that far out. Okay. Okay, let's play Chimera. Where do we want to play it? Here. So Yghern's gonna kind of screw us up if he's got that now. But we do have Aussie, so we still got a big point slam. Okay, Talisman. Okay, let's drop this now. Good little point swing. It's going to be a close finish, guys. If he's got Yghern, I don't know how it's going to go. Yeah.
Let's get this over with.
It's going to be a close one. Oh my goodness, 3 points. Okay. 3 points, guys. So, unfortunately, the Yghern got us there. And, yeah, the heat waved our scenario. So, we lost a bit of value there, but that was a very, very close match. And as you can see, I mean, Arachas Swarm is like pretty much a top deck. So, if we can perform like that against Arachas Swarm, that lets you know about the potential of this deck. And it's pretty versatile, as you can see. Good in bleed situations. We can push the tempo on our opponents in different rounds in different ways. Got a variety of different plays that we can pull off. So, yep, pretty interesting matchup, that one. Insects versus rats.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Okay, so we've got Imposter, Nilfgaard here. Looks like we're going to go for Yghern with a Nero into the Wildhunt Riders. Should do it for us. Come on, buddy, what do you got? Let's go.
Praise be to the great sun!
Playing a bit slow here makes me think it's probably a deck they're just trying out, to be honest. Probably putting together for the first time, or maybe they don't play this deck much, something like that. Because in all honesty, that's how I'd be playing if kind of not used to a deck. I'd be playing pretty slow, which is absolutely fine. That's what you got to do when you're getting used to a deck. Don't want to rush things. I'll just drop this here. Can set up evolution on one of the rats. Okay, looks like they're slowing down a bit if they're playing like that. Okay, the margins is getting fairly close for them. Why not drop this, hey?
How beautiful these golden fields.
We're gonna catch them on even here or what? It's not looking good for them. Oh, well, it's good to get out. A lock. Right. So we drop this. I'd like to win the first, to be honest, because we've got a really good bleed with Caranthir and Plague Maiden. At least we got this combo out of them, which is real nice. Got some locks out of them, that's also good for us. They can't take away our consume value. Gonna lock or bleed? What's he gonna do?
Few vultures dare
Yep, that's pretty good from them.
on Morvudd's wood.
Okay guys, I say we pass here. Our hand is really nice for a bleed. I'm really hoping they think they can finish us off in the next round. Love to see that. This hand is deadly. Let's see. So if we're going a long third, we probably don't want to take both of them together, you know? We probably just want to have Plague Maiden on its own because our board's going to get too swarmed. So don't really know how they're going to play here. I guess let's just filter through for scenario, right? Oh my goodness, look at that. Speaking of the devil. Let's go. So we're gonna watch out for Foglet, that's a bit bricked in there. Okay. So they're looking for a long round 3. Let's dump this. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put away Caranthir, guys. I think our board is gonna get too stacked like that. And especially because they're gonna be using spies on us. We don't want too many units, so I'm gonna put this away as well. Probably don't want that now either. Aussie would be good. Golyat. This can still play decent. Scenario spawning rats. Oh no, that's bad news. Bad news, my friends. Yeah, Caranthir too. Got so caught up looking at my other cards that I forgot to put that one away. Let's see what happens. Should we go like this first? I'm probably gonna go like this first, to be honest. Let's start off like that. Because then next I can open up scenario, and when it's time to consume, we can consume Caranthir. Let's go about it like that, see how we go. Long round 3 with this deck, but probably not the best because of the amount of swarming we got. But let's see if we can still potentially make our way around things. We do have consumes, so if they're running poisons, we can work around that. Probably should have stacked on the melee row as well because we're blocking Aussie. But anyway, I'm going to free it up. I'm going to consume things down here. Master of Disguise. Master of Illusions. So they're probably going to lock this next. They used a few locks in the beginning already, but... This is a damn shame, this Foglet. Far out. It is a bit of a weakness of this deck, just the over swarming. That's about it, to be honest. Otherwise, it's quite nice to play, quite efficient, very good to bleed our opponents with. But long round 3s can be a bit sus, in all honesty. Defender, wow.
An art fiend.
I mean, might as well play this, right? It's not even really that good. What do we take out here? Probably that. Trying to save the consumes if we see some poison action. Can also use leader if something gets poisoned. We just might use this just for as a 7-point body. Just keep it there, kind of thing.
History shall remember the art fiend.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Should we go ahead and heatwave now? Just what should we do? Maybe set up our rats coming up.
Your blood will warm my bones.
As I said, guys, swarming's an issue. Yeah, gotta be very careful with the swarm.
Order will triumph. It must.
Obviously, he's eyeing that out. Probably he's got Yennefer or something like that. Probably shouldn't consume too much with that. So I'm just worried because consuming this boosts this. And then consuming this fills our row out. For that reason, I think we go ahead. We can chimera. So I'm expecting this to get taken out. This gets taken out, and then we can go ahead and start consuming this and that. I just know this is going to get taken out, so...
Eyes closed.
Oh wow, he's gone for the poison. Well, if he's gone for poison... Is that an indication to us that he cannot remove it purely? Maybe I can just use a leader charge on that. That's a big unit. I don't know if that was the best, but whatever. Let's just go like this. Oh, cheeky.
A superb specimen.
But anyway, he had Defender, so it's not like I would have had access to that directly. play this now? Maybe this. How do I want to go about this? Probably just drop this here. He's probably going to try to clog me up and hit that, I reckon. Yep. Alright, we have to play a consume, possibly. What's good to play here? Wow, okay, I think we have to play. Has to be Aussie, doesn't it? Okay, we're completely freaking clogged up. Let's see if we get the points to make it through. Let's hope, hopefully even if he does take something out, we still got this for a bit of a 7-point slam. But yeah, as you can see, swarming's definitely an issue of the board. I think he seizes a locked enemy unit now. He's probably going to seize this, or that one, sorry. So yeah, I'm going to have to just pass. Oh wow. Okay, that was a very unusual end to the match. Alright guys, there you have it. Very interesting deck from our opponent there. So yeah, we can see that overswarming of the board is definitely an issue with this deck. As I said, that's why we don't want to take like Caranthir and Plague Maiden into a long round 3. Just take one Plague Maiden, leave the Caranthir in your deck if that happens. But if we can bleed, it's best. Win round 1. Bleed round 2, finish up with a short round 3 with Aussie scenario, should be good. So, yep, hope you enjoyed that one, my friends.